if you did a book, the cover is half the page Trump, half the page Kennedy. Okay, John, what do those two families have in common? You just kind of go through it to see the good, the bad, the ugly, the corrupt, anything that you want to go investigate, the link to Kushner family, all this other family. If you see whatever family didn't need money is the family that typically cannot be controlled. Whoever can be moved by money. I mean, you realize Bidens are doing what they're doing for $1 million check? You realize how pathetic that is? That you can buy Bidens for $1 million or $10 million? You know what $10 million is to some of these guys? What $10 million? Mm-hmm. I can buy your family for $10 million bucks, and the big guy's gonna get 10%. I think it's concerning to put somebody like that in power. So I do think there's a few people there. We'll see what's going to happen with that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when it comes to someone like Joe Biden, I think there's a clip of him that was going around in the primary. He was saying something like, I wanted to be a politician sooner, but I had to wait to be old enough so I could sell out properly. Something like that.
Who said this?
Biden.
Okay.
But this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
When he was much younger. Because apparently they want to take him seriously when he was too young or something, and he had to wait. I don't know. I mean, the American political system, the way it has operated for decades, rewards behavior like that. And the problem is, how do we shift it away so it doesn't reward that behavior? And if you're looking at, like we mentioned earlier, the DNC is going to stop debate, essentially, to shoehorn Biden in after they've done 2 successive presidential primaries where they essentially committed fraud to keep the popular candidate out. How democratic is that, And, I mean, all this other stuff going on, all this funny games to try and, stop Trump or, influence elections.
I love this stuff. I love the fact that RFK's in it, now that you brought him up. I love the fact that Vivek's in it. I love the fact that Trump's in it. I love the fact that DeSantis, even what he's doing right now with the protecting the conservative values, and he's pissing a lot of people off. And I love the fact that Tulsi's also around. I hope Tulsi does something as well. There's enough people that are not afraid. By the way, Tulsi's going to be on the podcast this Saturday. Saturday, she's going to be on the podcast. So she's another person that's out there, going out there and calling people out. We need more people like that, and they're from all sides. RFK is running as a Democrat. Tulsi, I don't know what she's going to be doing, whether she runs as an independent or Republican. She's also a necessary voice. Vivek is sitting there taking a complete different angle on the ESG and the woke side, and then Trump's doing what Trump is doing, DeSantis is doing what he's doing. More of these voices exposing them.
No,
I'd be curious who's going to say specifically Epstein's list.
Well, I don't know, but I think the more rhetoric raising awareness of what's going on, whether it's ESG or Epstein or whatever, is important, because it's really, really, really important that a large enough percentage of the American public realizes something is seriously, seriously wrong. Because if we wait too long and people don't figure it out, things could get much worse than they necessarily need to be, And I would just really hope that, that's what my hope with the upcoming campaigns are of all of this, with these different voices, a lot of whom are already coming out and being very, anti-system, at least in the rhetoric. And that speaks to the fact that a lot of people in the public are very hungry for that type of rhetoric. And so that does give me hope that people want a real change, not just like an Obama hope and change hopium type of solution, because that we found out later that his whole cabinet was picked by Citigroup and Wall Street right after the '08 crisis and stuff, troubling stuff.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.